Okay, what is up, people? I hope you're good. Okay, so what a good got with me here. This device. This is a Lenovo ThinkPad T590. Whoa. Stop coming back. Okay, now it's fine. So this is a Lenovo ThinkPad T590. It's got it fits in a FT490, FT492, FT590, and FP531. So it can fit in a lot of devices. But anyways, the port number is NMB901, and it is not charging. So I'll be honest, I've already fixed this, but I just put back the dead component just for the sake of making this video. Anyways, the laptop, its fault is that it's not charging. So I tested it, it came in dead, not switching on. Tried it and tried to switch on. But then what I did is I plugged the battery and then I used DC power supply to see if the laptop still works. So let me see if I can do that for you. Okay. So here's the casing. I'm just going to plug what's necessary. The rest we will see later. So all I need for now is the power button. Just going to apply the power button on the screen. And I think that's it. So yeah, pretty much. And here's the battery. So it came in flat, completely flat. So what I did is I checked the voltage on the battery, which is 11.3, I think 11.52. So I'll drop down the voltage on the DC power supply there to 11.5. So there you go, 11.6. Not a big difference. Anyways, I'm just going to use the DC power supply to try and switch on the device. So I'll put this to ground over there. Then I'll positive, I'll feed it to the battery, which is right over there. Okay. So when I press the power button, you can see the machine does switch on. Of course, when the fan is spinning, you check there. Drawing 750 milliamps. So the laptop does switch on, and it's not going to display because there is no RAM. So let me grab a RAM. Just put a RAM in there. So the reason why I do this is so that I know whether the laptop works or does not work. So I'm just going to bring it up now so that you can see the screen. There we go. On. Okay, just give it a minute and it's gonna display for us. Because the CMOS battery is out, so it's gonna take its time to actually display. Don't be shy. Oh, it actually went off. Now it was just charging the battery, but the LED light on the power button was off. So now it's on. I can only hope for the display now. Come on, I don't have that much time. And there we go. So you can see the laptop does work. The laptop is working, but when we plug the charger, So I've removed the battery there, and I've removed the DC power supply. Then I'm gonna plug the charger, and you will see nothing. Press the power button, nothing underneath. No LED, no fan spin. There is just nothing. I think that's now in frame. Move it to here. Okay, so as you can clearly see, there's nothing. The laptop is dead. Right, so now we'll try to figure out why the laptop is dead. I apologize for that sound. Those are the guys who are building the shop. So yeah, they will make some noise. We can't run away from that. Anyways, here we go. So the laptop is over here with us. Our DC in jack is over there. So as you can see, I've tried to remove the DC in jack. I removed it and I put it back. Laptop didn't work at all. I didn't try to put another one. Then I just looked for the schematic and the board view. So here on the screen we've got the board view for this laptop. We've got a board view for this laptop, and based on the shape, you can clearly see we've got this curve this side, and that's where the curve is up there. So our DC in jack has to be this side. Okay, here's our DC in jack. So that is our DC in jack over there. Let me open the schematic for us. Let me open the schematic and see what we're dealing with. Okay, here's the schematic diagram, guys. So we are looking for, what's it called? JUSB-C one. So I'm just gonna copy that and search it in the schematic diagram. So like I said, I have already tried to fix this, and I know where the issue is. But I'm just doing it so that I can explain how the USB-C charging circuit works. So now here's the thing. This is your DC in jack. So remember that USB-C, it works in a lot of things. It's for data transfer, it's for video, for audio, it's pretty much everything. Everything that you use to plug onto your laptop is now being plugged using the USB-C. So you can plug your earphone, you can plug your charger, you can plug your USB, you can plug anything on the USB-C port. But here's the thing, all these pins, they are useless. They are useful when you are now using it, but for now we don't need them. So when you're just fixing a USB-C charging port, you look at these things. You look for V-bars. So the V-bars, it doesn't matter, there's 4 of them, so that you can flip the charger or put it in the opposite direction, it doesn't matter, it will work. So you've got 4 of them, this one, this one, this one, and this one. If you follow them, you can see they all come up to USB-C V-bus S20 on. So when I plug a charger, I am supposed to initially get 5 volts. Hello? I will have to edit this video very hard. Okay, anyways, here we go. So when I plug the charger is supposed to give me 5 volts based on the fact that this charger can be used to charge a cell phone, can be used to charge anything else. You can see the laptop is drawing nothing, 0 watts. Yeah, this is not amps, this is watts. So it sometimes it draws, sometimes it doesn't, but it's basically 0 watts, nothing at all, dead. So when I plug the charger, according to the schematic, our V-bus is on 4, A4 and A9, B9 and B4. So I'm gonna check that on the board view. Our A4, which is this one. So just after there, supposed to have a resistor here. So you can see we've got L6304 over there, which is this guy, L6304. So right next to it, that's where our resistor is supposed to be. So checking for voltage over there. Checking for voltage right over there. What do we have? We do have 5.2 volts. So our DC inject is bringing in that 5 volts. Give me a moment. Okay, so now we need to check this. So basically you have to focus on this. You have to focus on the V bus and you have to focus on the CC lines. So I've got CC here on A5, CC1, and you've got CC on B5. So these two CC lines, they work for the charger and the laptop to communicate. So the charger and the laptop is supposed to communicate to say, my laptop send me 20 volts. This send me 5 volts. This send me 9 volts. For example, Samsung phones, they use 9 volts. Anyways, so based on this, what we will do is we will look for that CC line which is on A5. Checking that on the board view, our CC line pin number 5 is supposed to be here. We're supposed to have a test point here and a test point there. So I'm gonna check that right now. Our test point is right over there, and we've got 0 volts on the CC line. So you would be convinced to say that the CC line, the CC is not communicating with the laptop. Checking on that other test point, there's nothing. But remember, the laptop has got, you can flip the charge. So let me look for CC2, which is over there. Just there by that point. So if I check over there, see if I've got a good test point. Alright, I'm just gonna flip the charger because the test point is very small and I'm not in the mood for creating any short circuits. Anyways, we'll start with the 5 volts. It is there. Now we'll check the CC line. We've got 1.5 volts. So when I flip the charger, it just detects from there. So it was when I flipped it from this side, it was detecting over there, but it's too small for me to read from over there. My probes are too big. Anyways, our CC line is present. You can see we've got 1.5 volts over there. So which means coming from here. So here from the DC inject, we're fine. So now what we have to do is to follow the CC lines. So our CC line is coming to here. Copy, paste. Let's follow the CC line. From here it goes to where? It comes to U6301. Yeah. So it's supposed to get in here as 1.5 volts and come out as 1.5 volts. So this chip is just there in the way just to communicate between the charger and the laptop. So before we get to the PT controller, because we do have a PT controller on this laptop, on this device, but before we get there, the device has to communicate. So we have to look for U6301. U6301, it's which is the chip right in front of us over here. So it's getting in at pin number 7, and it's supposed to copy, paste. Let's follow the CC line. From here it goes to where? It comes to U6301. Yeah. So it's supposed to get in here as 1.5 volts and come out as 1.5 volts. So this chip is just there in the way just to communicate between the charger and the laptop. So before we get to the PT controller, because we do have a PT controller on this laptop, on this device, but before we get there, the device has to communicate. So we have to look for U6301. U6301, it's which is the chip right in front of us over here. So it's getting in at pin number 7, and it's supposed to come out at pin number what? It's supposed to come out at pin number 12, pin number 11 and 12. So it's pin number 7 over here and pin number 11 and 12 this side. Of which, if I click on this, we do not have anything this side, so this side, so they are on the other side of the motherboard. Flipping it to this side, which is here. So already they bring us to the PT controller, which is U5901. So let's check if our CC lines are getting to the PT controller. which I'm going to do just now, and our PT controller is right over here. So I'll look for pin number 42. Is the arrangement the same? No, it's not the same. I'll flip it. Okay, so it's right over here. So where there is this big cap, which is this one over here. So by that big cap there's a small cap over here. So the one which is right opposite, that one. So I'm gonna check which is this one over here. So checking over there, I have nothing. And the other CC line, this is CC2. Okay, I'm looking for CC1, which is right next to this one. We do have 1.5 volts. So even if I flip the charger now like this, our 1.5 is gonna come up on this other CC line. So you can see it's just a matter of which direction you put the charger in. But anyways, so we do have all the communication coming to the PT controller. So from here the charger is supposed to work. It's supposed to send 20 volts because our CC lines are working, going straight to the PT controller. At this point we would assume that the PT controller is dead, but before we assume that, we need to check if the PT controller is being active, because it doesn't just work, it needs to have power. So on the schematic diagram we're going to look for U5901. U5901. And here we are. So as you can see, it clearly says PT controller, power delivery controller, according to what I'm assuming it means. I don't know exactly if that's the name, but we just call it the PT controller. Anyway, so the PT controller works like this. It's supposed to receive power. I'm not sure which one is the VPAS for the PT controller. GPIO. So the CC lines are over here. Those are the ones that we just checked, and they were fine. ATC in, so I believe it has to be here, our VPAS. Am I right? Let me check with the motherboard. So before the power gets to the PT controller, this is what I do. So that 5 volts which you saw coming in from the DC inject, it's supposed to get to the PT controller first. So the PT controller, for it to be able to identify the data coming from the CC lines over here, it needs to be active itself, so it needs to have some power. So coming to the board view over here, I'm gonna go back to the DC inject, and then we follow from there. So we know our VPAS is coming from pin number 4 over here. So from this side we don't have it coming in, it's on the flip side. So on the bottom side we come here, our VPAS is coming via U6302. So it's coming here and then it's going out over here. So we will just look for, because I just checked, this is a capacitor. All of these, they are capacitors. So they are not going anywhere. The only part which is leading somewhere is this one, U6302. And it's coming out on these pins as VPAS 20. So U6302, we will look for that on the schematic diagram. U6302. And here it is. So we do have our USB-C VPAS from the connector there, and then we do have our USB-C VPAS 20 coming out over here. So our that chip, that component, it's over here. It's on the back. So it's several seconds. Sure, what's up?
I failed to sell that thing, so I just want to sell for the whole thing. I left you one thing.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, sorry about that. So here we are. Our U6302 would be this chip over here. U6303, U6301. Where is U6302? It will be this one, which is quoted here. It's got some resin or whatever it is, I don't know. Right over here. So I cannot clearly measure from there, but I could just look for where this voltage is going. So it's going to here. It's coming to here. coming to this point right over here where there's these two, then next we've got that, and there it is. We do have that 5 volts coming over here, so this chip is okay. Our 5 volts is passing through, it is going through. And then I'm gonna check on the other side. On the other side, where else is that 5 volts going to? That 5 volts is coming here. It's supposed to come here, because this 5 volts, here's the thing, this 5 volts is supposed to be there on the main power. Whether the PT controller works or it doesn't work, the 5 volts is supposed to be there on the main power. So we will just look for a main power and for a secondary power and look for the 5 volts. What I did it. So for example, right over here, we're supposed to get a 5 volts somewhere over here coming into this chip. Let me zoom out where we've got some coils. We've got a coil over here, it's being fed by this chip, and this chip it's getting its power from what? That's ground. Getting our power from. Okay, here's our power. This is where the power is. That's the main power. You can see it's dotted all over the motherboard. So it's this is 15. So I'm supposed to get it over somewhere over here. This thing is flipped again. It's in the wrong direction. From a point of view like this, we're supposed to get this main power right over where there is this battery connector here. We'll follow it. It's supposed to come right over here. There's a MOSFET. By this MOSFET, we're supposed to get that 5 volt, and we've got 0 volts over here. So you can clearly see there's nothing here. That 5 volts is supposed to be present, whether the PT controller works or not. That 5 volts is supposed to be there. So since it's not there, check in diode mode. This is what I did. If we check in diode mode, we do not have that 5 volts, but we can check where else it's supposed to come from. Okay, it's supposed to come from somewhere over here. Okay, it's coming from this guy. It's supposed to come from over from here, that VPAS S20, this one, VPAS S20. From there it's supposed to come here by this fuse, and then out from this fuse into this MOSFET. So we will check it by this fuse if we have it. So by this fuse we we do have 5 volts coming in, 5 volts going out. So we do have our 5 volts over here. Then it's supposed to pass through these MOSFETs and then out to this point over here. So it's gonna get in there, out here, in there, and out here. So right at the center, I still have that 5 volts. But on the outside, we do not have anything. So that's where I got the problem. I checked for a short here, and I had a short circuit right over here. On our VIN20 in, we've got a short circuit over here. So all I did was to inject voltage over there. So I just injected voltage over there, and look at what I discovered after injecting that voltage. Inject it right over there. Do you see that smoke? It's a dead capacitor there. That's a dead cap. I'm just gonna apply some flux to that portion over there, and then inject that voltage. You can see there the smoke is coming out. So we're gonna remove that capacitor over there and check if the motherboard works. take off that capacitor and then we will see if that solves our problem. Okay, sorry about that. I did to answer that call. Anyways, I'm gonna remove that capacitor over there. So it's this capacitor here in the last one. So we'll check for that short circuit, and it's gone. We don't have a short circuit anymore. So what happens now when we plug the charger? Now we get an orange light and we get a fan spin. The motherboard is on and is working, and now you can see it's drawing more watts, it's drawing more power, 10 watts over there. So basically that's it, guys. I'm not gonna assemble this as you have already seen the laptop works. But anyways, I'm gonna explain again what I was working on. So basically all you have to do is to follow the lines. All you have to do is to follow the lines from the DC in jack. You follow the V bus, wherever it's going, make sure that it's present, and then you follow the CC lines and check if you've got a short circuit in one of those two. And that's all you have to do. Just follow the V bus and follow the CC lines. And if you do that, you can be able to solve this. So as always, I hope you learned something, and I will see you in another video.